Hello everybody. Today's topic of discussion is fatty acid de novo synthesis. What is de novo synthesis? De novo synthesis means synthesis of complex molecule from simple molecule. De novo is a Latin word means from the beginning. A detail of fatty acid biosynthesis is studied by Fyodor Linin. So this pathway is also called Linin spiral. Then where it takes place? It takes place in the cytoplasm of the liver, adipose tissue, mammary gland, brain, lung and kidney. Next, how the fatty acid synthesis takes place. First, you have to know that the precursor molecule of fatty acid synthesis is acetyl-CoA, and takes place. Fatty acid biosynthesis takes place in the cytosol, and we all know that the acetyl-CoA source of acetyl-CoA is in mitochondria. So how the acetyl-CoA is transferred from mitochondria to the cytosol? First of all, acetyl-CoA joins with the oxaloacetate to form citrate by the citrate synthase. Then citrate is transported to the cytosol through the inner mitochondrial membrane, and then citrate is cleaved by the ATP citrate lyase to form oxaloacetate and acetyl-CoA, and this acetyl-CoA is the source of fatty acid synthesis. Second step is carboxylation of acetyl-CoA to form malonyl-CoA, and this is catalyzed by the acetyl-CoA carboxylase enzyme, and it is the rate-limiting step of whole fatty acid biosynthesis. The acetyl-CoA carboxylase is a multi-enzyme complex in eukaryotes. It contains 3 functional regions in a single polypeptide chain, but in bacteria they present in different polypeptide chain. These functional regions are Barton carrier protein, or in short BCP. Second is Barton carboxylase or transcarboxylase. So how the carboxylation of acetyl-CoA takes place? First of all, Barton carboxylase causes carbon dioxide fixation to the biotin. Then it is transferred to the transcarboxylase, and this carbon dioxide carboxylated biotin from carboxylated biotin is transferred to the acetyl-CoA. To form malonyl-CoA. Then the action of fatty acid synthase complex. Fatty acid synthase complex is a multi-enzyme complex, consists of 7 enzyme activity and an acyl carrier protein in a single polypeptide chain. These polypeptide chain present as a dimer in head to tail fashion. They are active only in dimer form. In bacteria, these 7 enzymes present in 7 different polypeptide chain, and in yeast they are present in 2 different polypeptide chain. So enzymes are beta ketoacyl reductase that reduce the beta keto group to the beta hydroxy group. Second is NOL SAP reductase that reduce the double bond to produce saturated acyl ACP. Then beta hydroxy acyl ACP dehydratase that removes the water from the beta hydroxy acyl ACP to induce a double bond. Then the malonyl CoA ACP transferase transfer the malonyl group to ACP. Next, acetyl CoA ACP transacetylase transfer the acetyl group to SH group of cysteine residue of Ks. Next, the beta ketoacyl ACP synthase that condense acetyl and malonyl group. And last is thioesterase that removes the palmitic acid from the ACP molecule. Then the protein part, that is the acyl carrier protein that insert ACP, carries the acyl group to thioester linkage of phosphopentethine group. So this is the arrangement of fatty acid synthase complex. 2 polypeptide chain are arranged in a head to tail fashion. Each polypeptide chain consists of 3 regions. One is condensing region domain, second is reduction domain, third is releasing domain. Next, action of fatty acid synthase complex. First action is action of AT, that is the acetyl CoA ACP transacetylase. It causes transfer of acetyl group to the SH group of AT from acetyl CoA. Then action of MT, that is the malonyl CoA ACP transferase. It transfers the malonyl group from malonyl CoA to the SH group of ACP. Then beta ketoacyl synthase, that is Ks, decarboxylate the malonyl group and acetyl group is joined with the decarboxylated form of malonyl group to form beta ketoacyl ACP. Then beta ketoacyl group is reduced to form beta hydroxy ACP by the beta ketoacyl reductase, and during this reduction NADPH plus H plus get oxidized. Then beta hydroxy ACP is undergo dehydration by the beta hydroxy ACP dehydratase to form delta 2 trans NOL ACP. Then delta 2 trans NOL ACP is undergo reduction by the delta 2 trans NOL ACP reductase to form butyryl ACP, and during this conversion NADPH plus H plus get oxidized to form NADP plus. Then butyryl ACP is translocated to SH group of AT. Then another molecule of malonyl CoA is transferred to the SH group of ACP by the action of MT, and this cycle is continued until the desired length of fatty acid is synthesized, and after synthesis by the action of thioesterase it releases the fatty acid from the thioesterase from the ACP molecule. So in this way fatty acid synthesis takes place. Then the regulation of fatty acid synthesis. Regulation of fatty acid synthesis takes place at the level of acetyl-CoA carboxylase, and it is of two types. One is short-term regulation and second is long-term regulation. First of all, the short-term regulation. It can be allosteric regulation or covalent modification. So first, allosteric regulation. Acetyl-CoA carboxylase remain in inactive dimer. When the citrate is present, they form an active dimer shown in the figure, as shown in the figure. Or if the long chain fatty acid are present, it remain in the inactive dimer form. Second is covalent modification. Acetyl-CoA carboxylase is active in dephosphorylated form and inactive in phosphorylated form. When glucagon and epinephrine is present, it stimulates the cyclic MP dependent protein kinase, and this converts the acetyl-CoA carboxylase to acetyl-CoA carboxylase phosphorylated form. So the fatty acid synthesis will slow down, and when insulin is present, it stimulates the protein phosphatase 1. It causes dephosphorylation of acetyl-CoA carboxylase. So the acetyl-CoA carboxylase remain active and it causes fatty acid synthesis. Second regulation is long-term regulation after short-term regulation. When high carbohydrate diet or high calories are present, it causes increased acetyl-CoA synthesis that leads to increased fatty acid synthesis. So in this way fatty acid synthesis regulation takes place. That's all for today. Thank you.